What's good? It's your boy Fanon. You know, the saga continues. The bitch ass in the saga continues for Anthony Joshua. Man, it is becoming readily apparent to everybody involved that this dude does not want to get anywhere in the same hemisphere as Deontay Wilder. And now even Dillian Whyte is shaking his head and saying, man, come on, you're going to have to fight me because, Softy over here isn't going to want to get in the ring. So we're going to discuss just tragedy in heavyweight boxing real quick. I know I've been making several videos about it, but it is what it is, man. It amazes me so much that it's hard for me to switch subjects, man. I'll do a couple videos today about some other subjects, but this type of thing needs to be addressed and continue to be pointed out. Now, with that, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon, and because we're definitely going to do some live streams later on today, and in order to get notified them and have real-time conversations, the best way to know about that is to hit the bell icon so that you can be notified when they happen, because I don't do them in any planned time. Brother works for a living, so gotta do it in between times when when I have the ability to do it. Now that said, let me get into what a couple things that were said. One was by Dillian Whyte, posturing for his fight with Deontay Wilder, and another thing is what Deontay Wilder, of course, had to say about Anthony Joshua. And then after that, I'll discuss it. So, Whyte shakes his head. Joshua is not going to fight Wilder next. British contender Dillian Whyte does not expect IBF, IBO, WBO, WBA champion Anthony Joshua, who's 20-0 with 20 KOs, to fight WBC champion Deontay Wilder, 40-0 with 39 KOs. Whyte is the WBC's number one ranked contender and in line for a mandatory shot at Wilder. The sanctioning body has yet to order the fight. Wilder was in action earlier this month at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where he knocked out previously undefeated Luis Ortiz in the 10th round. On March 31st at Principality Stadium in Cardiff, Joshua will collide with WBO world champion Joseph Parker in a high-stakes unification. If Joshua comes out on top, there will be pressure for him to face Wilder next. But Whyte doubts the contest happens. Whyte himself is hoping to fight Wilder next, but first he needs to get past Lucas Brown this coming Saturday night at the O2 Arena in London. The fight with Brown will be carried by HBO in the United States, and Whyte believes Wilder will indeed be watching the fight and taking notes. We've been chasing the big fights, and this Brown fight automatically should take me a step closer and put me in mandatory position, Whyte exclusively told Sky Sports. People are asking these questions, but it will definitely push the question a bit more. I know Joshua isn't going to fight him next. I doubt the people are going to want to see him fight anybody next. They're going to want to see him fight someone proper, so we'll see if Wilder fights me. Wilder has laughed at the idea of a fight with Whyte. He believes Whyte is nothing more than a domestic-level fighter and sees no reason to face him, unless the WBC orders the fight. He underestimates me, says Whyte. He says he can beat me with one hand behind his back. I know he's talking rubbish. Of course he's going to be watching me. Okay. Now, in the midst of all of that is clearly Dillian Whyte saying, I know Anthony Joshua's not going to fight him. Dog, when you got your own countrymen saying, man, I know he's not going to fight him, but I want to fight. I mean, I got to take my hat off to Dillian Whyte. Not that I think that I want to see that fight, because I don't. I don't want to see this plan go the way that Eddie Hearn is setting it up to go. But I got to give Dillian Whyte, points for having some cojones that obviously Anthony Joshua does not have. Because Anthony Joshua should be the one saying that I'm gonna go see this dude next. But that's not Anthony Joshua. One of the people that commented on my page said that the king doesn't talk much. talking about Anthony Joshua. The King doesn't talk much, and Deontay Wilder's begging for a paycheck. And if you accept that level of cowardice from your heavyweight champion, okay, man, have at it. He's the king of suckers, is what he is, right? He's looking like right now. Because when you got Dillian Whyte, another heavyweight contender, a B-level heavyweight contender at that, saying, look, Anthony Joshua doesn't have the courage to face him, so hey, I'll face him. I'm going to fight Lucas. I'm going to get in the position of being the WBC mandatory, and I want to take that fight. My hat's off to Dillian Whyte for wanting that fight. I don't want to see it, but at least somebody over there, at least some heavyweight over there in the UK is acting like they got a pair. So anyway, on to what Deontay Wilder has to say about it. On the business side of boxing, I don't think he's very confident as a champion. As a champion, the way that he goes about it is not like champions that we're used to seeing. When it comes to Anthony Joshua, especially when my name is mentioned or when my name is anywhere in the equation, he changes. Something in his personality changes. I know all of these guys fear me. I know they fear me. I would fear myself if I was fighting someone that was knocking out everyone that stood in front of him. I'm really convinced, especially at this point, that Anthony Joshua is definitely scared of me, him and his promoter. One minute he says he wants to fight in Vegas. The next minute he says he wants to fight back home. He says we shouldn't go to America. We should stay here. With me, I don't care where I fight. I don't care if it's in the States. I don't care if it's in your country. I'm going to travel. I'm going to go. That's what I feel I need to do to fulfill my legacy, to leave my stamp on this division and this business. To solidify my name, I must travel. So, yeah, man. Same day, same shit, pretty much. And I'm looking forward to you guys in the comment section because, rarely in videos do I just talk to the comment section ahead of time. But this morning, I'm going to talk to the comment section ahead of time. You guys need to come on, man. All the excuses are gone. All of the excuses are gone. When you have Dillian Whyte, I think is a domestic level fighter, but hey, man, maybe he's not. Maybe he's better than I think he is. And that's possible. That's happened a good bit in my life where I've, in my time as a boxing fan. And he's a heavyweight. Big heavyweights, you can get hit by a heavyweight, you can get knocked out. Anything's possible in the heavyweight division. It's happened. Lennox Lewis has gotten knocked out by Asim Rahman. He got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Vladimir Klitschko got knocked out by Layman Brewster. He got knocked out by Corey Sanders. Hey, man, Vladimir Vitaly Klitschko was up in a fight. I thought he was up in a fight with Lennox Lewis, and then Lennox Lewis I don't think he got lucky with cutting that dude's face up. I think he just bashed him so hard with that right hand that his face opened up. But it is what it is. He opened his face up with a punch, and hey, man, it turned the tide of the fight, and he won. And Lennox Lewis, took his belt and walked off into retirement, like he's supposed to do when you're a champ like that who takes on any comers. But see, this is the thing, man. Anthony Joshua's not taking on any comers. Oh, when everybody wants you to see you fight somebody, but you still trying to stay with that desire to get with Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte isn't calling out Anthony Joshua. Dillian Whyte wants the rematch with Anthony Joshua, but Dillian Whyte is calling out and trying to get in position to fight Deontay Wilder. That shows courage, man. That shows a heart. And as much as I've gotten on him, hey, man, I gotta, hats off to you for acting like you got a pair. Now, same thing. You got guys like Shannon Briggs, old ex-champion Shannon Briggs. If Shannon Briggs had an opportunity to fight Deontay Wilder for the heavyweight championship, there ain't no doubt in my mind that Shannon Briggs would get in the ring and fight Deontay Wilder. No doubt in my mind that he would do it. You got Dominic Breazeale talking smack, trying to get a fight with Deontay Wilder. But there you are. Or I'm talking to the comment section people. There your boy is, acting like he don't want it. Acting like he wants, just like Eddie Hearn said, the fight that Anthony Joshua really wants is Dillian Whyte. He is drooling over he's looking forward to, and of all the fighters that he wants to fight a dude he already knocked out. What would you guys say if Deontay Wilder said, you know who I really want to fight? Let me tell you, I really, really, really want to see another fight with Chris Arreola. That's who I really want to fight. I want to fight Chris Arreola. Why do you want to fight Chris Arreola, Deontay Wilder? Anthony Joshua's over there. He's got, he's another champion. Joseph Parker's over there. He's another champion. Why don't you want to fight them? Well, I really like the build up to the fight with Chris Arreola. And, I just really liked how that fight went. I enjoyed beating up Chris Arreola. I enjoyed knocking him out. And then after that, I'd like to fight Arthur Spilka. Because, really, Arthur Spilka gave me a little bit of difficulties in the early rounds. He was boxing me, I would really like to fight him. Or, you know what, if I can't get Spilka, I want to get Adam Konecki. Yeah, I want Adam Konecki. That's who I would. You would be calling him every kind of punk in the world. And here's the thing. That would just be if he was calling for those fighters. You guys got on Deontay Wilder for fighting guys like that when they were the people that were in front of him. But you got Deontay, you don't have Anthony Joshua fighting somebody like that. You got Anthony Joshua wanting to fight somebody like that twice. He wants to fight him again. At a certain point in time, and it's good to hear because the people in the comment section from the UK, the gig is kind of up because we've been doing the live, I've done live streams, several live streams on the subject. I've done several videos on the subject. I've been to 78 Sports TV's, allow me on his platform, excellent platform. We've had different people on the live stream, not just in the comment sections, but in the live streams themselves from the UK who are basically laying down the story from the UK saying, hey, look, people in the UK know. And they're starting to get upset with the fact that Anthony Joshua is acting like this. And he's going to have to man up. And Anthony Joshua is going to have to man up before he starts losing a significant portion of his fan base. Because this type of stuff doesn't fly, man. Taking pictures, playing tennis, that's funny, man. The dude got pictures. Pictures of him playing tennis with his hand halfway up the racket. Dog, you're not a tennis player. You're a fighter, man. Stop trying to be cute. He has the promoter's hat on. Come on, man. Come on. But it's good to see that the UK fans are starting to demand more. I mean, at least that the word is getting out. Because over the United States, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on over there in the UK. You know what I mean? Similarly, you guys people in the UK don't really know what's going on in the United States. So when you guys are saying, Deontay Wilder's not popular, nobody knows him, he's poor, he's all of this. I mean, to us, it's kind of a joke. Because you're trying to tell me somebody that's making this probably made he made $4 million last year, $4 or $5 million last year. He's getting $4 million from out of escrow from the Povetkin fight. Trying to tell me that a guy that lives in Alabama that got $4 million is poor and that he's begging because he can't afford to eat. That's just you talking smack, man. But it's very good. I'm very happy to see being able to talk to more UK fans that's really not what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying they want to see him against Tyson Fury. They want to see Anthony Joshua against Tyson Fury, and more people want to see him fight Deontay Wilder. When you have Eddie Hearn say, yeah, everybody wants to see Joshua Wilder, but that's difficult. What's so difficult about it? I mean, you're a promoter. I'm sure you have a good relationship with whatever Wembley Stadium. If you don't want to come to the United States, you got a good relationship with Wembley Stadium. There should be as much or more money in that than any other fight, including Vladimir Klitschko. Should be. What's wrong with that? What's so hard about it? I know what you guys are going to say. Some of you UK phony fans, not real ones, and I'm glad to know that it's not the real ones, are going to say, oh, it's because of his money. because how dare he ask for a 50-50 split? He doesn't deserve a 50-50 split. He doesn't deserve a 60-40 split. He doesn't deserve any money. He should be fighting for free. And if he did offer, that's what he needs to do. He needs to fight for free. And if he would sign the contract, right, the non-existent contract, then, maybe he'd get the fight. All of that nonsense, man. The gig is up. The gig is up. And the more he continues to act like that, the more he's going to tear down his own legacy, because right now, dude is looking like a coward. And it's not as if he doesn't have a chance to win the fight. That's the thing. I can understand if Anthony Joshua wasn't somebody that wasn't highly skilled, somebody that wasn't strong, somebody that didn't have knockout power, somebody that wasn't intelligent in the ring. He's all those things. He's a good combination puncher, right? He's never lost as a pro. He beat Vladimir Klitschko. This dude should have all the confidence in the world, but he doesn't appear as if he does. He's acting as if he's afraid, and that's why I don't understand. And going back to what Deontay Wilder's saying, you can even flip it on his head when he's like, look, I would be scared of anybody that was knocking out everybody. I would be scared of me. Right? But at the same time, Deontay Wilder is not scared of somebody that's knocking out everybody that he has in front of him. I mean, truth be told, because on the record, Anthony Joshua's knocked out everybody he's fought. Why isn't Deontay Wilder scared of him? Deontay Wilder wants to fight. But I guess ass juice. I told you I'm going to say it one time every video until this dude fights. I'm sworn to do it. I don't want to disrespect the dude, but look, you guys got to demand. Well, actually, the UK fans that are demanding more, thank you very much. Thank you for applying the pressure on this guy. Please keep the pressure up so that we can know who the man is at heavyweight. And if it winds up being that it's Anthony Joshua, cool. Let it be Anthony Joshua. But at least we'll know who the man is. And then run it back. Run it back. There's no reason for this fight not to happen next. No real reason for it not to happen next. The WBC, I'm quite sure, even if they did the mandatory with Dillian Whyte, and trust me, you got to read the rules for people to think that just being the number one makes you the mandatory. That's not in the WBC rules. Being the number one contender in the WBC does not make you the mandatory. And on top of it, Deontay Wilder just in November fought a mandatory. He just fought his mandatory in Bermain-Stavern. So their rules allow for him to have voluntary. So he had one voluntary. He might get another voluntary before that. And I'm sure the WBC would love to have their belt on the line against Anthony Joshua. So I wouldn't hold my breath waiting on the WBC to order Dillian Whyte. They might order the number 2 or the number 3 guy if they have to order a fight for Deontay Wilder. If I was Deontay Wilder, I wouldn't want to fight Dillian Whyte, because that's just going right along the plans with Eddie Hearn. And honestly, man, Dillian Whyte doesn't deserve no shot at it. He doesn't deserve it right now. He doesn't deserve right now. The only person, and honestly, the fans don't deserve that fight. The fans don't deserve to have to wait around for, another 2 years, 2020, for this thing to happen. But like I said in another video, man, Eddie Hearn is going to probably try his best to stick with that 8-fight plan. The ultimate goal for Anthony Joshua is to have Dillian Whyte try to beat. Actually, Anthony Joshua wants to fight Dillian Whyte next. Wants to fight him. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight he wants, according to Eddie Hearn. But Eddie Hearn is like, no, have Dillian Whyte fight Deontay Wilder. And then after that, you can have the Dillian Whyte rematch. And he'll probably take the Dillian Whyte rematch because he wants to have the belt in Dillian Whyte's hand and have that be for a championship belt. Dillian Whyte. It is what it is, man. But, when Dillian Whyte's calling you a coward and saying, I know he's not going to fight you next, But I'm willing to get in the ring. I want to get a shot at it. You know, shout out to Dillian Whyte for wanting that. But also, man, thank you for Dillian Whyte for, you know, acknowledging the cowardice and the bitch assness of Anthony Joshua and Eddie Hearn, man. And honestly, thank you to the UK fans that are coming to the page, coming to the live streams, telling the perspective of what's going on from the UK side, and saying there's a lot of people that aren't on board with the behavior that Anthony Joshua is showing, and it's an embarrassment to UK boxing. With that, I'm out. Peace.